Friends, how about we have a short talk about freedom? Yes. How free are we, especially today in this modern life? In my previous episodes, in my videos, I spoke about human consciousness and thinking critically and creatively without the influence of anything else, our own passion or outside pressure. And I said how that can take us from just a being to a one-time blessing in this universe, a unique individual. I also mentioned that how there are factors there as a block that will not let us most of the time to be that type of thinker. And one of them was freedom. Yes, to be fully free and thinking of our own. Today, we want to focus on that more. So, what is freedom? As a golden rule, you, me, we were born to be absolutely free. As long as, of course, we don't hurt anyone, we don't harm anyone. And that freedom, whether it's action or our talk, the way we speak, our own belief, are holy for us. It's part of our character and our sort of basic rights. As one French writer said around the time of the French Revolution, Voltaire, he said, I may not approve what you say, but I am ready to defend your right to your expression, your idea, what you say, even to die for it. Strong statement like that, which is what it's supposed to be. I mean, constitutions of countries are protecting this right. But there's a delicate issue here. And that is, even if nobody controls us or restrict our freedom from outside, are we still free? The answer is not necessarily. Remember what Immanuel Kant said, the great philosopher of morality. He says, whenever we are living under our passion, we are captive of our passion. Yes. We are a lot of time under the passion, our temptation, our lust, lust, our urge to immediate pleasure without thinking. And they are all actually, in real sense, hurdle against our freedom. In real freedom, in real time, when we are not in the captivity of our passion or our temptation, we are reasonable. By birth, we are reasonable being. We do not hurt somebody or say something with no clear intention of what we are trying to reach, to get, and we understand very well what is, at least to the extent that we can explore, is true, and we never fool ourselves. So we are free, but use our willpower, but not all the time, and not specifically, especially of today's modern life. I spoke about today's culture in my previous video. I'm just going to briefly review that or briefly mention what I said. We are living under a culture which is no longer benign. It's not a culture of traditions and norms or history. It's a culture that is made by organized groups, big and small, commercial or political. And they have us individuals in their grip. They have access to our mind. They can manipulate us. They can create demand for us. They can plan for us. And that is what's happening. But the main harm comes from their appetite to get profit through us. And if it is political organization, to get power from us, either way, get our votes, for example. But consumerism, the main issue here, that actually turns into a captivity, turns us into captivity, or take us as a captive, disguised in freedom, in appearance. They give us freedom of anything, selecting things we buy ourselves, selecting our jobs, our ideas, our political parties. But in reality, they don't care about our freedom. All they care is about their profit. And this is not malicious, by the way, my friends. I'm not talking about they have such an intention to hurt anything. It's the mechanism or organization. They are not getting together to help you and me, to make us more human. They want to make us more consumer and more a person to be more easily manipulated, not a creative individual, a person that is just a biological machine for produce to consume. That's ideally what they look for. So as a result, they gradually make us used to go without analyzing, without thinking what you're doing, continuously shopping, consuming the products that they offer, and more are related issues there. In simple words, they create a sort of vicious circle. They make us to go more and more consume all type of things. I don't mean necessarily food, clothes and everything. And for that one, of course, we need the power to buy enough funds in our hand. And for that one, we have to overwork to produce that much income, to do that shopping. And we are not aware that we are going down the hill by using the most precious thing that we have reserved in our lifetime. Guess what it is? Time. We're not here to live forever. We have a very clear short period of time, life journey of life. In that reserve, we cannot add to it anything. So we take from that reserve everything they're actually using for the benefit of this monster, this total collection of small or big corporations, commercials, or some political that get for their power. And what happens again, as inside this vicious circle, we do not have any time to pay attention to name things. For God's sake, we are not just a physical body. We are much more beyond our senses. We have mind and we have thinking power. And we have, by that one, we have another dimension of life, our intellectual life, or spiritual life. Actually, the research has been done recently showing that generally people are feeling hungry for a spiritual life. And what is a spiritual life? The life that is beyond the senses. It is intellectual life. It is awareness of who we are, what this world is, how we are part of the whole, how we are important in this part of the whole, that we can add to it and change the whole in a better way, give rise to consciousness of human being, every one of us, by intellectual dialogue and so on, and enjoy that type of happiness. And get more self-esteem and self-confidence and self-fulfillment, to lose all of them because there is no time left. So this is something very important. I should also add that, unfortunately, technology is on their side. I mean, the side of these corporations, companies, governments, political parties, not as much as we use. Our access is, of course, there we can use technology, but theirs, because they have more power, they have much more to control us by that technology. Not only just the shopping or commercial messages, but controlling our mind through the information they have from us, as well as the ability to use the artificial intelligence, AI, and read our mind, give us sort of ideas for us, making our own mindset. And in long run, they are trying actually to pre-program us, and actually they have done to some extent already, that we feel that there's nothing valuable except what makes money, and ignoring the main thing of real intellectual life. So at the end, you may say, what's the solution? I can't say anything more than just we resist against this sort of captivity disguised in freedom. But from my own experience, from my law practice experience, I can say also it's possible, and I think it's workable as well, that we create another body. Right now we have one voice, and that is the voice of commercialized world, and business world, and also political, of course. Their goal is not also to help us, it's just for their getting more power. We create another voice, and that would be the conscience of public, conscience of you and me, to be a counterbalance to the other voice. And that may work because we all are affected, could be affected by promotion and information, to pay attention to it. So that is probably much theory right now. However, that's another idea. Thanks for watching.